Welcome everyone, and welcome from the another country, which is USA. I'm calling from Thailand, which is another part of the globe, but we are here with the Jacob. And I don't know, the brown is also color of your belt because I see you also, develop your skills.
Yeah,
So Jacob the Bull Brown, bro, such a pleasure because first of all, connect now with more people who are into the film industry, which is like crazy because my business partner it's also producer, and also I just started like 2 3 months ago BJJ, and I'm really go double dive deep to this things because it's amazing community. So I'm really glad you are here because we can connect this to work together. So
thank you. I
welcome.
appreciate you having me here. Thank you.
Man, like I try to watch something on your Instagram and everything, but it's better when I know something from you because you know want to be an actor, so definitely you have something to say to promote yourself, which I'm big fan of do promoting on social media and everything because it's bring you a lot of attention. So tell me your story, brother, because I think you are still young and you are still rising new star on the many different fields. So
Of
will
course.
be glad to hear your story.
So yeah, I've started on the jiu-jitsu side of things. I started when I was very young, like at 5 or 6 years old actually. I come all the way back from the East Coast and I actually trained with my aunt. She was a Newark police officer and she introduced me to jiu-jitsu and then I just fell in love
Mm.
with it ever since. And then I would say like a few months later I started competing, at a yellow belt. And then I just started winning competitions back to back and I started building a name for myself. And quick little story right here for how I got my name, like Jacob the Bull Brown. It was just like based off like my aggression and like my speed and my intensity in the tournaments, and people just kind of picked up a name. And my brother named me. He's like, "Oh, we should call you like the Bull because you're so fast and intense." Like anytime you see somebody
Mm-hmm.
just so aggressive, right? So we just came up with a name like that. And yeah, just like after that, I just stood in the game. I fell in love with it, and I just thought it was very. It also like humbled me growing up. So it changed my mentality, changed the way I am, and I love jiu-jitsu for that. And I just went on a winning streak for a long time in the East Coast, and then everything was a lot different when I moved to the West Coast. Jiu-jitsu was like a lot different for me when I moved here. I moved here when I was like 13, and West Coast style is very like a different style of jiu-jitsu. Like when it comes to like the sport, like competing in tournaments, it feels like different than competing like from the East Coast because it was more like grounded game. And I did a lot more judo as well too, so you wasn't seeing like too much guard pulls back then and too much like laying on the floor. But yeah, it was like combat versus like competitive like tournament jiu-jitsu. So that's a nice difference. I like both sides, so it's very nice. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm here, still 13, 15 years later, still competing, doing my thing. So that's
So how
that's
old are you now?
21.
Wow, wow. So it's a good start. It's a good beginning, definitely with your, career and everything. And of course you compete. I see you've already made a lot of competition, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, multiple, multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your place must be full of belts, I mean full of the
Oh
medals
yeah.
and everything,
I
right?
got
Yeah.
stacks full of medals in the boxes. Yeah, got a lot.
Mm. So tell me also more about the community there, because something would attract me to still, going deep with the BJJ, because I see also difference between, for example, Muay Thai, because, I live in Thailand. So this is the traditional sport here, like Muay Thai, it's everywhere. There's more gyms than school, basically. So it's a good
Mhm.
factor. But, I see the BJJ as a, big part of the community of the people that are like, more, like help each other, support each other. How it looks like in your place.
What I like about jiu-jitsu the most is that yeah, it is very like supportive, and the people who train together are very like it's like a brotherhood, jiu-jitsu. So that's what I really
Mm-hmm.
love about it. It's like anytime you're at the gym and you're training with one another, everybody's helpful with each other. They're gonna help you. Like if you're not sure what to do on certain moves, they're always gonna be there to help your back. Like they're very specific with the training. So that's what I really love about jiu-jitsu itself. And I train at a OCC with Nick Boley and great academy. Do a little bit of wrestling as well, and also throwing some judo. So my game is pretty mixed, which is like helps me a lot with jujitsu. And yeah, jujitsu it's a very it's very like like close. How do you put it? Close community. Jiu-jitsu. So
Yeah.
that's what I love about them.
hmm And like it's your focus now on the BJJ, or you also trying different martial arts? You said you judo, but you're trying to some
Oh,
boxing on the future MMA, or just focus on BJJ?
yeah. Well, right now I've already done like judo and wrestling in the past. I do it here and there, but mainly I focus on jiu-jitsu. But I have done like
hmm
Muay Thai and boxing for a little bit. I haven't said that as long as I did in jiu-jitsu. Only did it for like a short
hmm
while, but I have some experience in it, which is pretty nice.
I think it's right now is just good to have this something on the experience level, because time change. There's so much opportunities, like especially on the martial arts right now, and we see like basically now what's happened on the BJJ, on the community and everything, with the great Craig Jones do. It's it's a lot of noise right now. So I think it's good part also to think about the career on this direction. I think you follow many people there. You basically, your hairstyle like it's like Rutola, right? So
Yeah, thank you.
so you can, yeah, then they are basically like coming to Thailand because they won FC. It's in Thailand. And also I think, yeah, basically I was last time on the event, so I'm really like going deeper about this part, and I see like a lot of possibilities of the market. And I also saw you use your skills and experience on some of your movies, right?
Yes, yes, I have. So I've done two short films currently. The first one I did was actually a little horror film. So that one's gonna be coming out soon, around October, I would say. And the second one is called Pitched Out, which is like a more of an action film that I've done. And that one will have some jiu-jitsu in it for sure. So you'll be seeing that
Mm.
soon. Yeah.
So yeah, let's jump in. We'll be mixing things, but let's jump in on the your career to be actor, artist. I can also say, because I meet so many people from this field, and I'm like I go more into like a mindset and also understanding, and like a creation of art. It's for me as well, right? Because
Mhm.
it's not about being celebrity, but it's something deeper, because even you're performing about the BJJ and everything, it's still kind of art, like a mixed martial arts basically. So we
Yeah.
know the acting, it's a something deeper, and then I think you can share with us something. So how it start? How what's the path? Because it's fine. It's nice mix. The sport, because teach you discipline and everything, and the
Uh-huh.
same acting. It's it's time consuming thing. So how you can connect this?
Yeah, so what acting I just came across there, discovered it, having to connect through social media, and somebody just like hit me up online, and he was like, "Hey, I think you'd be a good fit in this type of film, and especially with how long you've been doing jiu-jitsu and your skills could be a good asset to the film." So, I was like, I thought about it, and then I was talking about it with my parents, and I was like, "Hey, I'm willing to try acting, and if I could use my jiu-jitsu and it could be a part of the film, that would be awesome, see how it would be." And it's crazy because it's a unique experience. I like it, but it's also different because in film you can't do it exactly how you do it in real life. You have to move a certain way. You got to like throw like fake punches. It's like Y swings. Like it feels a lot
Yeah.
different. But it's still fun. Like I really love being on set and being able to use my jiu-jitsu like on the cameras, right? And so
Mm.
it was a great experience. I look forward to do more. And I'll just say there's a lot more to come to it. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but I would say that was like the best experience I've had yet.
Nice, nice. So what's your like goal on this path? Because the possibilities are high, and like the Hollywood waiting for you. So it's your goal on the future to go
Yeah,
more into
yeah,
this one.
yeah. I want acting to stay, going on for a long time. Like I want to stay in it as long as I can. So that's going to be a long time thing. It's one of your goals. One
Yeah.
of my long goals.
Yeah, and I hear your manager, your father, so it's
Yeah,
amazing, because I love the family, like a business and the support and everything. I'm
yeah,
always build my whatever I do, I always build with the friends, with the family, whenever it's very close to me, and someone say like, oh, Mario, like you should never mix business with the relationship. It's different. I said, no, 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 no. Like I do it for purpose. I will never make any business with someone who I don't like, who I don't feel vibe, who is not part of my my crowd and everything, because the first of all, you'll be with these people all the time, so you can enjoy the success, the failures, and everything. And especially when the problems happen, there you have always people who support you. When you are a stranger, like, nobody care, basically nobody give a fuck what's happened to you. So I
Yeah.
think you have a nice backup from your father, who is also, he just introduced
Yeah.
self to me, so he's also your manager, right?
Yes, yes. And I'm just
Nice.
proud to say that, like they both my parents have been like supportive of me for, both being in acting and jiu-jitsu. Just pretty much like any direction I take with like combat and acting, they're very supportive of it. So I'm very happy to have the support behind.
Mm.
But
So basically, you tell me more, because it's a very interesting part. Like, like they're from, of course, they're from beginning, like with you, right? And it's like it's come naturally, like, become manager like your father. It's also like is the fan of everything, them in the BJJ and everything. He also roll with you. He also roll with you on the
yeah,
mat.
yeah, my dad, yeah, he would roll me a lot when I was a kid, he would actually train me all the time. Like especially back in the East Coast when I was just a kid with the mohawk. Everybody remembers me with a mohawk. And yeah,
Mm.
he was a white belt trainer with me. I was like around orange belt or yellow belt, and it was very funny. He kind of did like almost everything with me. When I was doing like a little bit of boxing, he was helping me. He had the mags. I would punch, and he would just help me in anything I was with. So that was also amazing.
Mm, nice. This is, like I always say, like, having someone like this is the big part, because many people don't have even one person. And
Yeah,
I think, looking someone like this, can be someone from family, friends and everything. It's like very important, especially if we, want to go on the, hard way, not easy way, means school and that's all, waiting for the job. But, trying to find something. And I think you are on the great position, because like young generation, whatever we call this, like it's very hard for them to even focus for a while, find something what they like, what they love, and they can really like go into this. Like you have about two things, which is like, it's just like more than anybody have. So it's, it's very good for you, to you find this, it's absorb your whole mind at the time, so you don't need to go on the, like stupid crazy shit, right? And it's
yeah.
it's it's really nice. So I think you have a lot of opportunities. So,
Thank you.
tell me your goals. Tell me your goals about, your future. Like, what's your plans? Like, really, like dreams. Like,
Yeah.
where you want to be in the 5 years.
Yeah, so I would say like my goal, like especially in the next 5 years. Currently I'm still a brown belt, right? So when I get my black belt, of course I want to open up my own academy. Name it, Bullpen Academy. Like something like that would be awesome. And then just get back to the jiu-jitsu community, like how much they taught me, and I want to respect them. All the things that I learned. So that would be amazing. That'll be one of my goals. And then after that. Then I want to focus more on acting, get into more movies and films, and see how far I can go there. And I could just do both at the same time. I just actually the multitask, like modeling
Mm-hmm.
as well. I've been into modeling for quite a while now. It's been like a year or
Mm-hmm.
more. So take that, do more of that, and then just putting everything together: jiu-jitsu, modeling, acting. I'm trying to do it all.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that means the part right now, you need to be, you need to show yourself. You need to show yourself. That's why I think you are also with me, because I also believe, like, whatever you do, you need to present yourself. You need to promote yourself, and it's
Yeah.
very important, because you never know, where the opportunity can come. Sometimes the one person can open for you new gate. I'm also aspire to be a, manager for the martial arts, for the, like, people from MMA, basically, because it's like something what I'm also going inside. But the same time, like, for me it's everything. Like, if someone have amazing skills about fighting, you need to be also good promoter. You need to be also good influencer on the same way, right? And grow on the every path, because everything is the skill. I think you build your self-confidence on the martial arts, especially about your strength, your position, your like how you even look, because of course your body change, and you looks great, and you're always on shape. So it's a big factor, to build yourself. So
Yeah.
tell me more about your idea concept also, like putting yourself outside, because you do it everything. And I'm also interested about your social media, because we live in the time when it's very important. People look the likes, people look the follow and everything. Even if you see there's fake followers and everything, people still put attention because it's how the world create. So tell me more about like how you build yourself outside, because you accept my, I don't know how we found each other. I think I follow like many, like a BJJ and everything. And I think we have more fighters, inside now. I even last week, I have a guy from UFC who fought before with Max Holloway. So it was, great, great guest. So,
Hmm.
tell me more about your social media presence, because, you put a lot of attention. I see your,
Yeah,
Instagram, and like, it's basically looks great. You are already guest of many podcasts,
yeah,
for few podcasts, what I see, but, like, it's a good
yeah.
start, So tell me more,
So
brother.
So basically, I just for like being on social media, I know I'm on social media a lot, and I like to put a lot of my content out there, especially when I'm training. Like I'll post daily, like I'm training every day in the morning. I wake up early, like 6 a.m., like and then 10 a.m. sometimes. Each days are different. But I'm always training every single day, Monday through Friday. So Monday through Friday, I'll be posting my morning trainings on Instagram, and I like to keep tabs and updated on my socials, and let people know that hey. I'm still out there doing jiu-jitsu. I'm still competing. I don't want anybody to think that I'm just like gone or disappeared or I just stopped training. Like I'm still always out there
Mm-hmm.
doing my thing, and that's always going to be like a daily routine until I get my own academy. Like eventually, um, it's gonna get way more busy. With the modeling. Like modeling is always on my content page because that I've been big into that now. And
Mm-hmm.
soon when the film drops, that'll also be dropping on my page. So you're seeing a lot of films going content wise, and I want to do like some more different things. Like I'm thinking about doing more vlogs or posting my like vlog life. And let people
Mm-hmm.
know like hey, this is like my lifestyle, like what I do when I wake up, what I do when before I go to bed or afternoons, or my workouts,
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be like the next thing I want to do, social media wise, because I feel like I haven't done too much of that as I was young. It's mainly been morely like jiu-jitsu posts but like that's
Mm-hmm.
I've been going into it more. Like I'll go more live sometimes. I like to talk to my fans. Like
Mm-hmm.
if like Q&As is another thing I would do, like questions and answers, because I know a lot of people have questions for what I do or like what I do outside of jiu-jitsu for hobbies wise. So I have a lot of hobbies too. On the sidelines, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
because basically even the podcast, it's like show you like your real self, and it's like it's more than just picture, more than just short. So that's why you don't, the community can be like a smaller, but at the same time there will be like there will be real fans, because they know you from the long term content. That's why the vlog, the podcast and everything, you think like, oh my god, not so many people watch. And I think, yeah, because people don't have much attention. People watching 10 seconds TikTok videos and everything,
Yeah,
they don't have the focus. But the one who watching you, they like really fun. So whatever you later you create, they'll be supporting you. They'll be in many different ways, even financial, even whatever you create, like you said, the gym and everything. So I think
yeah,
it's a good path to choose this, even from beginning, like the make a vlog. Doesn't matter how it looks like. It's also maybe my advice to you, like you never need to care like about the likes, about the follow and everything. You just need to do, because the content sometimes, like I said, the one video can change everything. Someone who's like you from this one, and you do it great work with your niche, because you're touching different niche and you attract different kind of people, and you mix everything together. So you can get some
yeah,
people from modeling and everything, people just looking the celebrities and the part more like like influencers, but at the
yeah,
same time they see like, okay, because there's so many names now on the social media, especially in US, where the people don't show anything, just their lifestyle, but basically they don't have anything to present. Like they bio,
hmm,
like it's like, oh, I'm famous because from the being a famous, right? Like they don't have anything, behind. So I think you have something more. So when people come from you, like from the social media, they can come see like, oh wow, you do BJJ. Like what is BJJ? Because it's not like it's still the sport. It's not like famous like MMA or boxing and everything. It's still underground. I know like many things happen right now. Like Craig Jones make great event, and I think they bring a lot of popularity. Go to Joe
hmm,
Rogan, go to like Friedman and everyone, and I think it was big part of this one. Put a BJJ for the next level, and I think it's also be benefits for you. Do you
yeah.
also like see the all the market and the who you follow on from the BJJ? Who's your like hero?
Yeah, I follow like a lot of influencers like similar like what like what you were saying earlier like Joe Rogan. I've seen a lot of his
Hmm.
podcasts and he speaks a lot
Hmm.
about just like I like topics that when they can speak about pretty much anything. Like it could be like I don't know UFC, it could be like something just random as heck, and it's just like it's fun to hear stories from other influencers that are also fighters like me, but they can like talk about anything, their fight lifestyle, what they do outside of the fight lifestyle. It's just interesting
Yeah.
to hear, and I love podcasts like that too. Just like you get to talk about like what a fighter's perspective is actually life is like, or even whatever they're doing. You just kind of want to know like what's happening. It's just interesting.
Mm. How about fighters? Who is like your, idol or someone who you follow from the BJJ?
Uh, Man, that's a good question. I can't think of one
No,
right now.
there's two players, and like you're on the side of Craig Jones or you're on the side of the Gordon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could think of one right now. There's quite too many.
Yeah, we have also like amazing guy who's also a fighter on the one. Mike Musumeci, I think you know this guy.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
heard you.
So it's a fun things to watch because like he's super entertained, and I think it's a bring a lot of light for the BJJ. I respect everyone who just put like something outside. They just don't think about the martial arts, but they're really like trying to put self on the next level because it's the mass right now. Like you can be amazing fighter, but the same time the strategy promote yourself is that the same game, because even about the possibilities, even about the contacts, even about the networking, it's all about how you present yourself. So the
Yeah,
same like you can learn skills on the gym, the same you need to learn skills, be representative for other people. That's how you can get better contract, better deals, better sponsorship and everything.
of
So how is
course.
your career looks right now? Like you are you can earn some money already. It's on this level, or you start trying to go higher with it's good in terms of BJJ.
Yeah, yeah. Still earn money, like especially like through competitions, through like teaching, especially like set like seminars, still earn money like that. There's a lot of ways to like earn money in jiu-jitsu, as long as you keep up, your like the lifestyle of living the jiu-jitsu lifestyle, you're still training a lot, competing a lot. There's multiple ways, staying and, be wealthy off of it.
And you have a good manager, so he will help you out.
Yeah, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's very important. It's very important, like because that's allowed you to basically more focus what you do, and it's like extra time for you. You do your things, your father do other side, and it's always different perspective, to talk about this one because this like I said, like many people just focus on the fighting, but not many people go dive deep on the social media and the influence. Some people say like, oh, I don't like social media, I don't like posting. Like if you don't like, you need to find someone who like, like, and
Mhm.
first of all, you can have someone who you can give the job and he can earn money for you, he manage your account and everything, but you need to find a way, right? You don't need to make your own content, but you can go to someone content. And I think on your side it's also great things to collaborate, because it's bring a lot of awareness, like my fans and everything. It's like I also have the mix from the personal development, from the martial arts now, attracting more people, even before I have like, because I also did before, which is also like out of topic, but I did a lot of OnlyFans agency, but it's
Mhm.
also the side when I also see like many bullshit around this one. So I realized like, okay, there is something what is even not work because the people there on the OnlyFans industry, they don't promote self, and basically they have I mean they don't do it anything. They just give everything like 90.999, 99.99 to the other people, which you don't have any control on this one, right? And I
Yeah,
know like there's even fighters who have OnlyFans, but it's more about the company pay them to brand. It's not like they earn like there's no any fighters who earn money from OnlyFans. Like some
yeah,
I see there like this that Dimitri Johnson and Mighty Mouse and like even Charles Oliveira and but people thinking like, oh yeah, they have OnlyFans. No, they have only OnlyFans to clean their brand around all the fucking scam and everything.
yeah.
So tell me more, brother, about like the films and everything. Like what kind of role you take it, or like what you interested more.
I would say like when it comes to like being interested of anything, I feel like I want to go a long way with acting. Like I really want to go somewhere with it. You know, like of course, like action movies, like being like you've seen like the John Wick movies, like his
Mm-hmm.
movies they're sick. Like he uses jiu-jitsu, he does all types of combat in his movies. Like
Yep.
I would want to do something like that in in the
Mm-hmm.
acting world. So like that would be like the main focus. Like after I accomplish what I need to do in jiu-jitsu, like after getting my black belt, getting my own academy, and like successfully being like having all that in jiu-jitsu, then acting would be like the primary after that. So like that, I would say that's the main goal. That's the main path in my career right
Mm-hmm.
now. You know, like within the next few years.
It's a great niche. I mean, like, the action movie and the special, like, with the like it's also great because it's the popularity of the martial arts. It's growing every year. So I think it's like, more attention. Now we see that even there was with the Conor McGregor the movie. I even didn't
Yeah,
watch. I don't know because
Roadhouse.
maybe I
It's
don't
called
like.
Roadhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did you watch?
yeah. I watched a little bit of it.
I even though cannot watch because like current version of Conor McGregor, like it's definitely inspired me. So I don't want to be connect so much. How about
Mhm.
UFC? Are you a fan of UFC?
Yeah, I watched some UFC. It's been a while since I watched it, but I've watched a lot of it. You know, during growing up.
Mm. Because like there's especially in USA, like there's so much opportunities for you because the collabs it also have a lot of sense, like especially with the people from MMA and everything. So and the people like they it's the part of the game to be entertained and online and everything. So I think you have a lot of possibilities there, to also like at the collab, do it like some seminars together, and I think it's a good direction, especially for your business and for your future, right?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah. And have you ever been Thailand?
I've never been to Thailand. No, maybe I
But
should
Muay
after
Thai.
this.
Yeah, man, like
Yeah.
Muay Thai, right?
Yes, of course. I did a little bit of it growing up.
Yes. Yeah. So, this is the place to be if it's term of the Muay Thai definitely, even the vibe, even the people, Thai are super friendly. Like it's like you see the small guys basically, but they're like, have a 24, 5 years old and they have like 300 fights,
Oh wow, yeah,
already. Yeah. This is
that's
crazy because
awesome.
they start very early, so they train, whole week, they also do, class and everything. And like weekend, they go fight, if a Saturday, Sunday, they go fight. And the next day go and again, for the train and everything, like, so
That's
it's a
fun.
good to see the vibe. And I think, like, and there's so many fighters coming in here, right? And the
Mhm.
BJJ community, it's also very big, we have a lot of competition, of course. And it's a big part of the business here, in terms of the it's total. There's Adesanya coming here, like Petrian, the Volkanovski have also gym here. So, Craig Jones also was here before. So like, many, many things happen here. So if
Sounds
you
like a
plan
great
your like a
community.
vlog, yeah, if you plan your vlog career, like, and you can also, add something because it's like a
Oh yeah,
journey,
that would make a great vlog on my Instagram, especially. You know, like traveling to Thailand, seeing what the Muay Thai is
Yeah.
like over there. You know, something new for me.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, and it definitely you can, like I said, it's BJJ. It's also a big community here. Like Kabza Chimaev come, work out here because we have a big gym called the Tiger Muay Thai and the Bangtao and the Phuket, one of the island, which is like mecca of the fighters, like top fighters. The Valentina Shevchenko. Also, like she spent like 15, 20 years in basically she lived in Thailand, before. So
Yeah,
like Joanna Jacek also like before she stayed long time
maybe one
here.
day I
So
can
it's
come do a seminar in Thailand.
yeah, man. Like I can
Yeah,
organize your seminar anyway. I have a
that'd
big,
be
big,
great.
like a BJJ community here, so it's like a lot of things open. That's what I'm basically do, to be honest. It's the part of
Oh,
my
nice.
my my, my project. Also, I want to connect with the people with the different skills, different possibilities, and basically we have. That's how I met also like last time the guy who fought Max Holloway, the with Chop, and then he, on the BJJ like it was like 3 days retreat when we go for some mountain area, workout, ice bath, like BJJ, some other activities. So it was also like a great, so maybe like this because I'm planning like connect like holistic things like a mind, body, soul, and I think you have something to talk to
Mhm.
the people. So man,
Okay,
tell me
yeah.
your let's go deeper. Tell me something about your fails. What's your biggest fail?
My biggest fail. It's a good one. Man, I would say like I feel like it's hard to come up with like a failure, But I would say like sometimes when I'm like training, when I really try to work on my like jiu-jitsu and I train for something specific after such a long time, and then you run into that one tournament, and it's like, oh, you've been preparing so much for it, and then it's like, oh, you lose that fight after like you really been trying to like work on that, and it sucks sometimes. But then I would say like it's not. I wouldn't consider it a failure, but more like hey, I look back at it and then just go back to the gym and just focused on how I lost and like what I did wrong in that specific moment, to win the next one, just come back even harder, come back even better, and with a better mentality, right? So like I never like to think with a loser's mindset. Anytime I lose, I always stay positive. I always like to go back to the gym and just work on what I did wrong. Um, but there's nothing wrong with failure. Anything you do comes with it. Could come with failure or success. I mean, failure is part of success, right? So I mean, you're not.
You know this, but it's not obvious for everyone, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, that's also true. So I mean, like for anybody that is listening to this podcast, I mean, there will be failure that comes with success. I mean, I've been through it many times, but I'm still successful, and I still will be in the future. I still have a lot. My goals are still gonna stay what I said. Nothing's gonna change, with anything I do, especially within the next 5 years. Still be successful.
how you motivate yourself or how you discipline yourself? Like, what's your concept about this one? What you believe?
I just believe like if you're gonna stick with a sport, like I like for me an example, I grew up with a lot of discipline, like growing up, especially from the East Coast. Like jiu-jitsu has really changed my life for me personally, and I would say like just around the people around me, like the coaches, the family I have with me, very supportive of just what I did. I know it could be a lot harder if you don't really have anybody that's that has your back. Um, but I would say like me personally, I've had like therapy when I was younger because it was hard for me to kind of withstand everything, jiu-jitsu, like when it came to like, really trying to stay focused on the same path for so much amount of years I've been doing it, like the amount of training and the amount of work I have to put in to just as a young kid to stay in the game and to really grind and be successful as much as I want, like as I need to be getting older. It was difficult for me at a young age, so I went to therapy and tried to talk it out, and I needed some advice and some help, and that helped me get through some things personally, growing up, and now that I feel a lot better about that at 21, now I'm able to stay in, and I don't really have nothing else to. I don't overthink about nothing I used to as back then, but I just feel better about it now, especially because I talk to my parents a lot as well, and they also help me out with that. And especially my coaches, like they help me out with specific things, when it comes to like training on the mats. It also just keeps me like in check, keeps my mind straight. But I would say like support is number one for me.
Mm. So it's also like on every step you can experience like a burnout, right? Like, like, okay, like
Yeah, burnout
where I am,
usually.
what's going on.
Yeah, burnout's
And
usually a big thing in sports, I mean, it could be in any sport, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, anything. You're always gonna go through a burnout stage. I mean, if you don't, then it's huge congrats to you because a lot of people go through burnout stage. I would say like, they're mid teenage years or even younger. So you never know. But for me, I almost did, but I stuck it through, I stick it through and
mm,
I feel better about it now.
how's your like routine, like a daily routine? Like you are still on the school?
No, I graduated 2021.
Oh, great. So you're
Yeah.
basically like full all in with your career, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm full on in my career, full on jiu-jitsu,
Uh,
acting, modeling, all of that.
nice. So how
But yeah,
your like daily routine looks like,
daily
you wake
routine,
up and
yeah,
like
wake
why you
up.
wake up so early? Why you wake up so early?
Oh yeah, Monday through Friday, wake up 6 a.m. To sometimes some days would be like 9 a.m. Some days are different schedules. But I always wake up early no matter what because I like to get my early morning workouts in. It helps me stay motivated when I'm just waking up early, eating good. Like I'll have my chicken, I have some potatoes. I always have a healthy diet to stay, in shape and condition to do what I have to do. Like training, I have to be fit, I have to stay good, and especially on a competitive level, So that's how I have to live, and also because like I've had like some health problems in the past because I noticed that if I lacked jujitsu, if I didn't like train enough, or if I wasn't, on the same, what do you call it? Basically, if I wasn't training a lot and I was just, let's just say if I was in the house and I wasn't doing anything or just didn't train for weeks, I had like or what do you call it? Like a heart problem where it wouldn't allow me to um stay inside. So it's hard to put it, but basically my lifestyle involves having to work out all the time. I can't stay lazy.
So you basically like you try like you freeze yourself something like this. Like if you don't go to the routine, you basically like everything, like like
It
stop
feels,
working or
yeah,
something.
it feels like off to me. Like I feel like lazy.
Mm.
I feel like I can't do anything. So I always like stay active. I have to stay active. It's a part of me.
But it's also like your body or like your head mostly.
I feel like it could be like in my head. Like I feel like it could be a mental thing too. But I feel like my body also starts feeling like weak, start feeling like I feel off. I feel like sometimes I can't do anything because I just haven't been training as much. So I always like to stay active as much as I can, keeps my body strong, and also like mentally I like to stay ready and prepared.
Hmm. And so, how it looks like your life, beside this one, because you are a young dude, I mean, this is the same working for everyone, but we have your phones and on the social media. Not only like you are, different type of them guy because you are creating the content, but you are not got, involved also like to scrolling and everything. Like I'm asking this because it's a big part, like because many people even they find something, they they're thinking they growing to watching fucking like motivational things, which is basically the same things because the algorithm give you all the bullshit, right? So
Mhm.
how you stay like disciplined about do it your stuff and not get put attention on the all the bullshit what we see, especially on the USA, because we see like there's so much information, there's so much the influencer who posting bullshit and everything, which is which can on your side it can show other part because you do it for some value things, right? Even acting, even martial arts, it's not give up bring attention like the pranks or whatever people put outside, right? So
Mhm.
how you deal with the your all the social media things and all you things around and even the parties and the friends who like have a different lifestyle than you.
Yeah, of course, I get it. So I mean, to me, it's very like simple. I just kind of block all that out, because I grew up in a very different environment than like outside like the regular people like who party and stuff. Like there's nothing like I'm not saying anything bad, but it's more like I'm just not used to that lifestyle. I don't really go out to. I'm not used to like going out to partying. As like it's different. If I was younger, if I wasn't in jiu-jitsu and all that stuff, like during my whole life, I probably would have been out partying and doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to that lifestyle. It's not for me. So I mean, I block it out. Me personally, it doesn't bother me. Like all the negative. I don't pay no mind to it. Like there's no attention. My direction is somewhere else. It's like
Mm-hmm.
even when it comes to like drama or anything that that causes negativity, I just simply block it out. It doesn't bother me. As long as you like don't pay no attention to it, it's not gonna bother you. I mean, that's just how
Mm.
I work personally.
Oh yeah, man. This
Yeah.
is great basic strategy, because I had before the guest who said very important things, and I think it works for you. It's like a prevention, like your
Yeah.
parents or like your situation, put you to the position when you basically can be more focused on something and don't focus on other stuff, which is on this time it's very hard because it's easy to go to the phone, it's easy to give the kid phone and the iPad and everything so they play whatever, right? And
Yeah.
the on your side the prevention was basically do other things, and I think even now you adding more things to your portfolio just to be stay more busy, right? Because
Yeah.
I think it's all about this one. If you don't, I think if you not be busy, you'll do the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like I think there's no way you can escape, scrolling phone because the algorithm, the social media, the all the information, around, everywhere. It's very, like it's very strong. Like it's hard to escape from this. So you need to really like prepare yourself to do other things, which is first of all build your, career, build yourself, build your confidence, and like you said, you also have the mental, issue like everyone else. Like it's a part of the life. It's all about how we deal with this. You have a therapy, some people have a friends, you have also family, which is also, I think it's amazing support. Like I'm really happy for you. You have backup like this,
Yeah.
because it's allowed you to have this like a default system for many people should have. And I'm always encourage you people to go even to like the BJJ, martial arts, like to try and things, to go to community, because you need to find one person who do something. Because if you find someone who do nothing like you'll be two dudes who going doing some bullshit. So it's
Yeah.
important to go community, so you find some passion, and then you with this person you can do something together. So do you have also like some best friends on your BJJ who you like work out together?
Yeah, yeah, I do have best friends like within the jiu-jitsu community that I made, and we still talk to each other to this day. So I mean, I always like to prefer hanging out with people like that I grew up with training with. We become friends, and we can relate to a lot of the same things. So that's what I love about the BJ community, especially where I trained. It was amazing to make friends and still know them to this day.
Yeah, because they cannot take you like on the really wrong path. Of course they can have
Yeah.
everyone about time and everything, but at least you don't like cross some borders, right? Cross the line, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how,
It was fun. It's funny that you asked that because when I was in middle school, I went to public middle school, and I couldn't. It was hard for me to make friends in middle school because nothing was relatable. Like people would try to talk to me about other things, or there was no relation. The topic was hard to stay on, so I literally made no friends in middle school, and so I
hmm
made most of my friends from like training. So it's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you experience like bullying like in on your side, like in the school?
Yeah, I've dealt with like a lot of cyberbullying, like online, like hate comments and all that. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, I pay no mind to that. It's funny because I met like sometimes in tournaments I would meet some of the people who like the cyberbullying, and then I'd have to show out and do my thing. Just like kind of prove myself, like hey,
Mm-hmm.
relax. But no, like not. Besides that, like in all seriousness, I don't tolerate any cyberbullying, any bullying at all. I
Mm-hmm.
hate that. I used to be bullied, like when I was a kid, in real life. I was at this little birthday party. I was only like 6 years old, the same age I started jiu-jitsu. I got like cornered up in a wall by these two kids. They started like bullying me, and I was just so mad. I went to my parents and I told them, "What can I do to like protect myself?" And then that's when the whole thing, the jiu-jitsu story started. That's when my aunt put me in jiu-jitsu, and then that's how that
Mm-hmm.
started. But yeah, I've been bullied when I was younger, but now I don't anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's also like environment, like when you surround yourself on a different path, like especially when you are like do something, you like I said, you don't surround anymore with these people, you don't go to this place, you don't put even attention to this, so the possible is less. But also, like you are also know that your capability, so and your strength, so it's automate. You are you're smart enough. You don't need to use it. You just avoid this, and I think is the big lesson, especially for the martial arts, like,
yeah,
you can get hurt people, and it's like, it's could end your life, with something happen. So
yeah.
it's definitely not
It's
worth to risk.
Yeah, it's like another interesting thing is like when it comes to like being in jiu-jitsu so long or just being in combat sports, in general for like 15 years. I've had like people like that I didn't know from school. They would try to like call me and be like, "Hey, can you help me like, pick on this dude because he was picking on me." Like, like people would do that, They want to involve you into other fights you don't even know. You don't know
Yeah.
anybody. So, you got to be careful, especially, for being in a combat sport so long, gotta be careful what you do, because you pretty
Yeah.
much have like you're certified weapon, you can accidentally hurt somebody really bad, but I know how to
Yeah.
control myself, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, so like you're like bodyguard for your friends. So have you ever helped them, like you ever been like just to talk with someone or
No, no,
something?
I've never like been into an actual fight in my life. I've never been into any street fights. In case I had to, it would only be out of self-defense. If somebody was to pick on
Mm-hmm.
me, then I would have to defend myself. But I don't know, I never fought for anybody else or somebody else because they had a problem. Unless like somebody picked on them in front of me, then I would step in. But no, never happened to
Mm.
me.
So you already do seminars, you already teach other people, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've done seminars in the past, and still doing them now, So maybe for the
Hmm.
next one, if I ever come to Thailand, that will be the next seminar.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think it's also like not only important about your skills, but also like your mentality, and also like other things what you do. And like I said, you do the social media, you are influencers as well. So
Yeah.
it's a important part, because like many people. Last time I have a fighter also from Poland. He's also black belt. He
Nice.
fought in the UFC, and then like he don't. He don't promote self like outside, right? I mean, on the English market and everything. So also like told him like like it's the big important part because it's your career anyway, the same like you learn skills about BJJ, fighting and everything. It's the same skill, you need to you have enemies, you have a fans, you have a people, and you need to
Mhm.
find a way. Like I said, you don't need to do it by yourself, but you need to find a way, right? You don't
Yeah.
need to like even it's the same strategy like BJJ. You like, okay, you cannot do like this, but you can find the other way, okay, you don't have the strength, but you need to do it on other different strategy. So it's the same things, but you do it everything by yourself, right?
Yes.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super respect. Yeah. So that,
Yeah.
it's everything will be growing. So it's like, you already know the base, you already know the discipline and everything, So
Yeah.
what's your strategy to be motivated like you? Like I to be honest, like I want to know like, your morning routine, like because you said, oh yeah, I wake up, I go, work out and everything. Like what's the process of, doing this? You like
Uh,
what you do in the morning?
yeah, I mean, what I do to like keep myself motivated, especially when I have to wake up early for training, is that I just simply think about everything I've already done, like all the work I already put in jiu-jitsu and growing up. Like I feel like I've already done so much in the career. So I mean, I wake up and I think about training. Dude, like I think about, hey, I want to get my training done because first of all, it makes my day like a lot. I feel like I feel better mentally when I get training done. Like it's like during the day, wake up at 6 a.m., get the training done. Then I'll have my breakfast. Go to working out. Then do anything like working out. Like it's hard to to put it in the right senses because I'm just used to like waking up and training, doing what I usually
Yeah,
do.
but you do it, you go into the gym and do it mat on the BJJ, or you do other workout on the morning before breakfast?
Uh, no, I wake up and just do the training on the mats. Then after, just more training, working out, like strength and conditioning. I do strength and conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
working out outside of jiu-jitsu, and then pretty much just kind of have some relaxed days, take some cryotherapy. Therapy
Mm-hmm.
like almost every other day because it helps my body, helps me get back to
What
training
what
hard.
kind of therapy? What kind of therapy?
Cryotherapy. It's like
It's
ice,
a
ice
okay.
chamber.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The machine. Yeah. So
yeah,
you do also do ice bath? You do
yeah,
the cold plunge?
yeah. Ice baths and massage
Yeah.
therapy, all that, anything to help me out my body.
Oh, if you come to Thailand, we have a like Thai massage. So
Yeah.
like everywhere, and it's like $5-6, man, like for 1 hour.
Oh, that's great. Gotta try
Yeah, it's crazy. I
that.
just I just I just made yesterday like 2 hours and it cost me like $15 for 2 hours. Crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
it.
can go like massage every day, and it's really, really good. Because it's a old school like a tradition when even like the family, that they help each other. So they like there's always someone in the family, like the kids, massage parents, and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like it's very cool, and I think and it's like it's part of the relaxation, of course the same time because like oh what to do like I will go massage. So it's like, it's quite fun always. Like, oh, what to do?
Yeah.
We go massage, right? So instead
That's
of going
great.
for a beer, we go for massage. Yeah, there's so many, like I live here not only because, like first of all, it's the weather. Like you're in the California, right? Like you
Yeah.
have also like, you have four season there? I never been USA, but I need to go one day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there is. I like hitting the beach here a lot. The beach is always nice here in Cali. So I mean, the weather's always nice for it's like beach weather every day.
Yeah. Okay. So the same like Thailand. So you'll like the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like so you said also like what's your weight category? Like what's your weight
I
right now
just
and the
well, right now I'm weighing at 141, but yeah, I usually walk around 141 to 145.
oh, you see I need to check for the kilograms.
Oh yeah, it might be 60,
Oh,
60.
60, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, okay. And
Yeah.
you need to also cut weights. You need to cut weights or not? You
Yeah, like
also
if I'm fighting in the 141 division, I would need to cut light to
uh-huh
137. Yeah, to make 141 in the gi.
uh-huh. And it's like how it works for you,
Like
the cutting weight.
cutting weight, it's not always hard for me. It could be hard sometimes. Like if I'm like walking around like 140 to 150, like it is a lot of weight to
Mm-hmm.
cut. It would be difficult. So usually I try to maintain and like eat good all the time. So I'm always ready to cut the weight. Like I could always cut like
Mm-hmm.
4 pounds easily. But if I'm like weighing like 10 pounds over my normal weight, then it'll
Mm-hmm.
be harder to cut. So I always
Yeah,
maintain, always eating good. So weight's never a problem.
because I see like even the like people say sport is healthy, but basically it's professional sport. The athlete are are they have a like very limited time to be on the peak time. And I think the big part of this one is the cutting weight, especially UFC when it's like it's really crazy like way. And even compared to one FC, there's totally different. They have also a hydration test, so they cannot go like below some level of the being hydrate. So I think it's much healthier because
Yeah.
it's really can destroy the body, like. And I think many people, like everyone need to do it, and everyone don't have chance to to change this because everyone do it. So you out if you don't do it, you out absolutely will be on different category with this much bigger guys,
Oh
which is
yeah.
crazy. And we see also like that's why I think the heavyweights they are they compete longer. We see the fighters like 42, 44, even 46 years old, which is it's basically impossible on the like light heavyweight, on the featherweight, right? And I think it's the big part of this one. So yeah, it's good for you, like you do it like quite like easy for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also because like I throw in a little bit of wrestling as well. Wrestling helps me like lose a lot of weight like all the time, so it helps me stay maintaining my weight. So wrestling, you
Mm.
sweat so much, it's you never have to worry about the weight.
Yeah, because you compete with a gi and no gi, right? Also.
Yeah, gi and no gi.
Yeah, yeah. I basically have a like I just train like 1 month and I go like I don't know how it's happened, but I go for competition and like I even didn't know the rules, so like I learned the points like 2 days before. I always say about this one, like no, one day before I learned about the points, and
Mhm.
basically I won the gold medal with the people who like train already like
Oh,
1 or
nice.
3 4 years, so it's crazy. Like I'm on the 39 years old, so I think it's a
Very nice.
good part. And I also show like to other people like there's never too late to work out about yourself, to train, to be on
Oh
the
yeah.
shape, if just a little. So give me some advice or like for everyone, especially for your age, because I have also out of young listeners, like I basically my even team like 70 and 18 years old, kids, which is, I'm really happy because it's also show me like the hope of the young generation. Like you don't need to destroy yourself when you're like young, and you
Yeah.
can really find your passion. So what's your
So
message for the people?
I would say like just like based off my history like in the past of jiu-jitsu, for like everyone out there that's listening, if you're on the path of like of having your career, whatever sport you're doing, it's just mainly good to only focus on what you're doing. Don't let like distractions, especially like other people, distract you from what you want to do, or like don't let people like say like, oh, you're not ready for this, or you're not good enough, or because people always get in your head, so you don't want to have that type of uh people in your life, that's gonna discourage you from what you want to do. Like just believe in
Mm-hmm.
yourself and like really trust in what your craft. I always trusted my craft and I believe I was good at it. If you believe you're good at it, then you're gonna achieve in what you do. And not just because like things get in your way or you feel like you're not good enough. That's what you go back and you train for. You go back and you work on what you failed. That's what I do. Failure is
Mm-hmm.
your success, like I was saying earlier. Anytime you fail, you
Mm-hmm.
go back and you work on that, and you're gonna get better. Like it's guaranteed, you are gonna get better as long as you're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta trust yourself, and especially having the support. If your parents are they're close with you, or even your coaches, always go to them for advice. They're always gonna lead you in the right path. I mean, your parents are always gonna tell you the right things if they're supporting your career, and there's no other way to really go wrong about it. As long as you got that in your life, the support, and you're focused on yourself. Focus on yourself is always number one. Then focus on anything else. At least that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. And if you can tell me like what is like really like your inspiration right now? Like what keep you driving and keep going? Like on many different levels, on your career, on your life, because like career is, your life, it's connect with
Mhm.
really your passion and everything. So it's a you have a big advantage for this, like, but it's in general, like, what keeps you, going and want more, like, in
I think
life.
what like keeps me going is like all the like the influence I put out on people. Like I've always gotten a lot of positivity back from, my fan base, and saying like I've always get like DMs saying like, hey, you really like help, change my lifestyle, or I really I look up to like your lifestyle, like what you do in jiu-jitsu, you're a big inspiration. Like I like that I can be an inspiration to people that, are trying to do better in their life or want to achieve more in their career. So I mean
Hmm.
that's a big motivation for me. Like people really like reaching out to me saying, like that what I'm doing is really helping them out on like what to want to do with their career, like where they want to go. So I love inspiring people. I love that I also have, support. I have my family, my coaches really to help me out my training. And I would say that's like the majority of why I like to keep going, of why I like to keep
Mm.
striving in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, beside you said you like Q&A, but, basically you see like a lot of people have the question, right? Not
Yeah,
only like to you, like in general about you, but also about them, right? Because you can give them so many advice and, especially like, oh, train this one, do this one, trying this, even simple. I know it's because you do it for so many years. It's for you it sounds simple, but, it's also skill to understand, like, for other people, it's not like the clear, right? So it's good
hmm,
to like explain, like, okay, yeah, I wake up, but by the way, like I do this one. So even, yeah, like your daily routine, like your small steps, what you do, it must be more visible for others. So yeah, definitely go to this way because, like every person like give you a lot of power, energy, motivation, especially on the DMs, comments and everything. And once we get bigger, we it will be hard to keep everything. That's why we need to learn on this level how to how to really listen to other people and how to give them attention and how to give them back because they are the one who basically put you on this level. So I think
yeah,
it's like kind of advice like for everyone to don't forget when we are where we are, keep grounded all the time, understand,
hmm,
it's all about the people who are surround. And then like I said, like you said, it's like many people need this, many people like even talking to you like for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever, it can change someone's life because it's also show like, oh wow, he talked to me, wow, he's I know him online and everything. And especially when you can create later your channel, maybe like a Q&A, maybe on the like Instagram live and everything. It's a great things because sometimes, okay, you don't need to have many people, but sooner or later someone come and these people can be inspired by you and up, help you with many other things of the future because everyone growing, like you can have the kids
of
who will be
course,
like
yeah,
now 12, right? And
yeah,
like when you are 30, 40, they open other gym, they do it other stuff, and they
yeah.
know
I
you
love
there.
that.
Yeah, so it's and you see this, especially like you grow, you see like things change, people
Mhm.
grow, these people, do other things, and this
Yeah,
networking is amazing. So
yeah.
never
I'm
burn
very
the bridge.
I'm very appreciative on my fans that are still support me. It's crazy because I have fans that supported me since since I was young. Like I was just young with a mohawk. I was just a kid. Like I was a yellow belt. Like from yellow belt, I still people that come up to me in tournaments. Like when I'm out there competing, they come to me like, hey, like I remember you from like yellow belt. You had a mohawk when you was a kid. Like
Yeah.
I really appreciate that people remember me from back then. Even the people that are new to it today, I appreciate from their watching online or even like
Yeah.
honestly like thank you.
Yeah, the personal, the connections are so important because the like even me, I talk with some people friends on my Facebook and they're like, oh, basically I watch your podcast, I watch your podcast. Like
Yeah,
I even didn't see this, like oh like wow, and like they're asking me things,
yeah,
what they hear from the podcast, from interviews and everything. Like oh wow, like it's great,
mhm,
like maybe you don't give me likes or comment, but the people watching,
yeah.
that's the important part, so
That's very
it's
sweet.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing journey, what you have. And I will be, glad if you come to one day in Thailand. Like I said, you're growing, I'm growing, so definitely we can do something together. And I have my podcast studio, so then we can do face to face, and then do it also. Like it's always the best, But I'm also
That's,
see the opportunities to do online, and I think what you choose. to do like podcast with me. It's also amazing because when we do it online, it's still showing you me. So it's basically like for them, like we make the clips, shorts, and definitely the things what you say today was very very helpful for other people. And yeah, I'm definitely wanna catch you again, and I wish you
Yeah.
the best.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
like, and I have here all social media links. If you want something add more, I'll be also putting on the all the social media what I have. And yeah, and if you have something to say to people, like it's your time.
Yeah. So I wanted to say thank you everybody for watching this podcast, for watching me, talk about more about my life, my lifestyle, and everything behind it. And shout out to some of my sponsors, Moya Brand. I love Moya Brand, and I was gonna say yeah, thank you for being here and enjoying this little podcast and that. That's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having me.
Keep in touch, everyone. It was Jacob the Bull Brown, the future black belt. When you will get your black belt? Do you know already how
Uh,
it looks like?
could be like a few months, maybe 8 months, maybe a little bit longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So this is connect with the also time and the experience, right?
Yes, like it depends on like how much competing, how much I'm really putting
Mm-hmm.
into training. If I'm on the mat every day, really, just doing my thing, then yeah, it depends.
Yeah. So yeah, I
All
want to see
right,
you when you have a black belt. So thank you so
all
much.
right.
I'm
Thank
still
you.
white. I'm still white. That's why I have a white T-shirt and you have a black T-shirt. You see?
Yeah, that's good. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. All
Thank
best for your
you.
family. Take care,
Thank you.
brother.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.